along with his good friend. He's here. Hold on a second. Let me turn that down for you. Along with his good friend, you know him. He's my man Jerome G, hardest working DJ in the Vancity area. He's also Brother Angry, and he's the other member of Brothers Talk Ball. It is halftime of the Dallas Philly game, and I'm going to say something before you start right now. As you saw by the end of the quarter right there, always believe in yourself. Always believe in perseverance. Always believe it's never over. I see good things happening for the Cowboys in the second half. Did we get off to a rough start? Yeah. Officiating? Questionable. But you know what? I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry foul. I'm just going to say, stay in the game, play your game plan. Let's make it happen. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, brother. How are you, man? It's been a
I've
crazy
been better.
day of
I'm not gonna
football
lie.
today.
I've been better.
Yeah, man. Today's been a crazy day of football.
Insane day of football. What did you think of that Kansas City game, my man?
Man, you know what? It just kind of reminded me of last year. You remember when Buffalo came in and Buffalo won that game? Everybody was talking about, oh, Buffalo's the team to beat. It all comes down to the playoffs, man. They're going to meet again, and we'll see what happens.
I think those are the class teams of their division. I also think you're seeing the class teams in this division right now. Notwithstanding the Giants win today, big win for the Giants. Did not see that coming. But a lot of questions. I think there's a lot more questions than answers after today. Is it safe to assume Tom Brady is nowhere as good as people say he is? Or that team is not as good as people say it is?
Listen, Brady's struggling. Tampa Bay struggling. He's going to need Gronk, and he's going to need a whole bunch of other people to come help him out. It's just like he can't get himself on track on the offense. They're not scoring enough points. Sometimes their defense looks kind of weak. Today, man, they just were outplayed. No shorts about it. They were outplayed, and I was happy because I was going for Pittsburgh. But you kind of see that team, and you don't expect them to play like that, man. They were outplayed today.
Well, you mentioned Gronk, and a lot of people are mentioning Gronk. I don't think Gronk needs to come back to football. I think he's done. I don't think he'll be anywhere near game shape. But one of the things that it brings up is Brady missing a safety valve that he doesn't normally have. Is that what's going on over there?
Yeah, man, it's a lot of things. I mean, Brady himself, he's not throwing the ball properly. I mean, if you see it's coming out a bit wobbly, the spirals not as tight as it should be. I don't know, man. You hear that analysis? The spiral isn't coming out as tight as it should be, but
yeah, exactly.
No, it's you can see it, man. He's not looking confident up there, man. This is a guy who's 20 plus years in, and he's just not looking good out there. So,
and he's screaming and hollering at people, but nobody's talking about it.
I know, man, but you know what I mean. So it's gonna be a problem. I don't, if they don't right that ship, man, they ain't gonna make it to the playoffs for sure.
Well, that's what people are saying, and for me, I think they're a team. I would say turmoil. I don't know if it's necessarily turmoil, but I think it's a team that really coaching is going to be the key for that team. Like the defense can only hold them for so long. I think that's one thing we're seeing about today. Is if defenses could only do so much if you're not helping them on off the offensive side of the ball.
Listen, I'm gonna say one thing about this year, man. Any given Sunday, this is like about the best that I've seen the league. There's no games that you're gonna look at and say, oh yeah, for sure this is gonna happen. I mean, it's crazy. Look at the Jets. You called it, Guru. You called that game. I gotta admit, I'm gonna give you props. Props where props are due. You called that game, man. Who would think that the Jets were gonna beat Green Bay? Who thought that?
100%. And one of the things that I saw going into that game was just the fact that the Jets are one of those teams that are a better team on paper than the record is. I think the same thing with the Giants. I think the Giants are surprising a lot of people. I'm not ready to co-sign them yet and say they're this good because I just, as we saw last week from the Bengals game, I'm not really crazy about Baltimore to begin with. Lamar has to get more targets on that team. If he doesn't, he's in trouble for the rest of the year. But I can't take away from the Giants. They stayed in the game and they played a hard game, and they're a deserving 5-1 team.
This is not the 2020 or 2021 Giants. This is a real team that they got now. I mean, yeah. Barkley's back. I mean, the quarterback is doing just what he needs to do. He's managing the game. He's not outstanding or anything, but he's doing what he has to do. If we flip it now and go to Baltimore, I don't know what's going on with them. They seem to be trending in the different direction. They're going down.
Yeah, they really are.
they're not a fourth quarter team. They can't get a first down to ice games. They just, I don't know what it is, man. I think some of the play calling too. I mean, they're throwing the ball too much, leaving the other team with lots of time. Run the ball, get a first down. That's all you got to do. And then, you know what I mean? Just navigate it that way. And they have the running game, but they put the ball in Lamar's hands, and they having him throw too much, man. I think, man, I don't know.
Doesn't
Maybe the
seem
coach
like
got
that's
to
a good
go.
place. Right now, it
Maybe
doesn't seem
got
like
to go.
that's it. It doesn't seem like that's a good place to be. The surprise game of the week, I guess, would be that Pittsburgh game. I didn't see Pittsburgh coming back at all or bouncing back at all. I got to give it to you, too. Your Seattle Seahawks. Look, Geno Smith is impressive right now.
Geno was impressive. Geno had a really good game, but let's flip that over. What's Kyler Murray doing? What's this guy like? I mean, this guy's struggling. You know, he was talking all this talk in the offseason, and, you know, you wanted a long-term contract. All right, you got the contract, but what's going on? Yeah, he doesn't have Hopkins. I understand, but okay, you know you don't have him, so you still got to play. Man, you know,
and I guess from what we see so far, he's not playing well.
Yeah, I mean, he's just not. You know, he can be better too. He's another one who can be better.
Is it a case of he is what I said he is?
I don't know. He's, you know, you still got a lot of time, but you got to prove it though, man. I mean, you know, you had that one comeback game this year. Everybody was really high on it. Okay, we're getting ready to go, and then they just, you know, they start stinking up the joint again. So I don't know. We'll see.
This is it. Okay, we got to get back to the second half. For everybody out there, don't forget to click the like. Don't forget to subscribe. For all of my Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music listeners, you will listen to Brother Angry and I, Jerome G, 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, every week. You can also catch us on YouTube if you want. We're going to watch the rest of the game, and then we'll get to it after the game. If we don't get to it here, we'll get to it online. If not, join us tomorrow.
Guru, before we go, what's your prediction for the second half, man? You notice I left you alone. I didn't say anything about Dallas. I didn't say anything about their down 17. I didn't say a word.
Nothing to say right now. I believe in comebacks. I believe in comeback stories. I believe that we never give up. We never say quit. And I feel very good about the next half coming up.
I believe you're going to be disappointed by the end of this game.
I do not think the Dallas Cowboys are at the end of the game. I still believe in us.
All right, man.
If R. Kelly can believe he can fly, I believe we can come back.
Okay, we're going with R. Kelly now. Okay. All right.
I will holler at you later. Enjoy the second half, and we'll get to you later. Have a good one, big man.
All right, you too, brother.
Sounds good.